We live? Oh yeah, we are live. Well, mid-season report grades. Um, Me and you haven't had a chance to really just talk about each player on the team and Leon Rose and Thibs specifically. So I guess we could just go down the list and each give like a letter grade. But I wanted to first talk about before we even talk about that. I wanted to talk about the almighty fourth seed, and with all seriousness, like not even trolling and not like that. Like, what the hell is going on this season shouldn't be a surprise to people who looked down on the roster last season, like I was. And it's a couple things that I got jotted down here in my notes, but I'm gonna just go down the list, right?
Before
So,
you do that, let me see the shirt, man.
oh, the shirt. Oh,
Yeah, you got to get up. You got to get up. You got to step backwards. You got to let everybody see Almighty Fourth
oh
Seed.
man, almighty fourth
You
seed,
got to tell
man.
everybody what's going on with that.
Almighty
That's
fourth
important.
seed, man. My man's. So basically, dudes was asking me for pictures, and my phone is like, my phone camera is broke. But after we do this podcast, when I leave out, I'm actually going to Harlem, and I'm going to check in with my mans. So I'm gonna have a good picture. And the people who want the hoodie, like I said before, it's $70. We can send it right to you, or you could go pick it up from my boy, or he could just drive it to you. So either way, let's get to work. But I still have y'all DMs on my Twitter, so y'all please don't go nowhere. Um, and I have everything situated by the end of this day, as far as the hoodies are concerned. But yeah,
You got to do it, man. I'm telling you, man. If people gonna be using your words, you gotta market that shit, man. Because
man,
I tell you that shit fucking annoys the shit out of me. Because I mean, it's one thing to play the kids stuff, right? The play the kids is cool, but you started play the kids. I never heard nobody say that until you started saying it, and now everybody that's like the key phrase. Even all the way, I swear to God, I swear I heard like Alan Hahn say that shit on MSG. You know what I'm saying? And that comes that to me that comes from you. So this Almighty 4C shit, they ain't gonna go on without a fight. You know what I'm saying? They can't just be using people's words and don't give nobody credit for this shit. This shit is bugged out. You know, so that's my energy with it.
and yo, I get tagged at least once a day on it, and I respect it. Like I when I first said it, like I was listening to West Side Gun, and he says he says the Almighty. I said, man. And then while I was watching him on one TV, because I got two TV. So I was watching that freestyle on one TV. And on my other TV, I was watching a replay of a Knick game. And Randall was going off. I think it was the game he went off for like 44 on the Mavs. And I'm like, damn, man, we had the fourth seed. It's almighty fourth seed. It's exactly how it went, yo. And then I just started saying it from there on out. So I appreciate Nick Nation, man. I appreciate all of y'all, man.
Yeah.
Uh yeah,
And
let's go down
if they don't appreciate, I'm gonna make sure they appreciate you. You know what I'm saying?
shit. They better shit. National treasure, man. Entertainment value goes up way high. Matter of
Word up.
fact, I want my flowers, matter of fact. And
I'm
this is
trying to
why
plan
I
them.
want my flowers.
I'm trying to plan them for you, man.
So I appreciate you, dog.
Yeah. Well, I got some flowers here if you want flowers.
So
You already know what I'm about to do. I got some flowers if you want it. There
oh
you go.
man, he said he
I
got
got, I
some
got,
flowers.
yeah, I got some
I
flowers
ran
here.
out of flowers. Man.
You want some flowers? I got some flowers if you want it.
I'll be going to get some flowers after we get off this pod. But oh god.
All right. We got to get to some business, man. What's on the agenda?
All right, so boom. So the Almighty Fourth Seed. Pressure, rebuilding, understanding the landscape, knowing timelines, understanding who Tibbs is, right? So as far as like pressure is concerned, right? My whole thing with us making the playoffs last season, yo, what's up, Marvin's perspective? Appreciate you, King. My whole thing about the fourth season from last season was pressure. We was in the middle of a rebuild, right? And we was going into basically the second year of our rebuild. And I felt that we didn't need the pressure of making the playoffs so soon. And oh yeah, we're gonna talk about Sims, brother. And I didn't want the pressure of us making the playoffs so soon because then that puts a time stamp on Thibs' tenure here. One. Two, I felt the pressure wasn't needed yet because there's no superstar free agents on the market until 2025. 2024, if you want Jaylen Brown or Karl Anthony Towns. Shout outs to Cat though, who won the 3-point contest, by the way. The pressure of Leon Rose having to actually answer the fan base instead of his usual MO and being quiet. The pressure of the players performing. So we can see all of our players across the board, bro. They're all shooting lower percentages from last season. All of them. So it's not just Randle who benefited from the almighty fourth seed. The whole team did, especially RJ Barrett. Let's be real, especially RJ Barrett. So, that pressure, it really annoys me. And we wouldn't be talking about how disappointing the Knicks season is if we didn't make the playoffs last season. Pressure. Drafted a guy like Jalen Suggs, and we're watching Jalen Suggs make mistakes instead of Evan Fournier.
Right.
So that was my first thing. It's just pressure. Like we're all getting at each other. Got Nick content creators, Quentin Knicks content. Getting
Well,
called
that's she's not a Knicks content creator. Let's say who I like to say names, man. Ashley is not a content creator. She's a clout chaser trying to build her career. That's what that's about. We are Nick content creators. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is with that. But like pressure, I get it. You were saying like the crowd. Like I think you were probably one of the first people that I heard people say that too. Like just bring up the whole point that there's no crowd. That's why the Knicks were playing a certain way. Also, too, my man, I think Marvin might have said it the other night when we was talking. Just a simple fact that they weren't able to like they weren't able to practice. Other teams weren't able to get good footage to get the scouting report and stuff, whatever. So we were surprising a lot of teams as well. So all that stuff plays into account with the whole pressure thing. And then right now the heat is on. Because last year, the almighty 4 seed, like you say, right, that we got it. So now the pressure's on to do whatever. So, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead. My bad.
No, I was just going to say, like, it's like a water pot. The heat is on and now it's whistling.
And it's getting louder.
Yeah, ain't no tea. Where the tea at? Ain't no cups. The water just boiling and there's nothing to put the shit in.
Mm-hmm. And now the pressure is getting to the point where you see a story. Now you're seeing multiple stories come out where management, everybody's pointing the finger. So now you got Scott Perry saying, well, I'm the one who wanted to sign DeMar DeRozan. Leon Rose and World Wide West is the ones who wanted Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker. But Thibs, he didn't want Kemba Walker. So you see where I'm going? So now World Wide West is blaming Thibs coaching. But we don't know if we want to blame Leon Rose because he's the one who he's the one who gets the players to come in and sign the checks. James Dolan just signed, James Dolan's just say yes or no. So, now finger pointing is due to pressure. If the Knicks was winning, there would be no finger pointing. And I am in lockstep with Brock Aller throughout this whole situation, dog.
Why?
Even when he said trade Mitch, and we're gonna talk about Mitch later. But even when he said a report where it said trade Mitch, but Thibs wanted to keep Mitch, Brock Aller was kind of right in the sense of if Mitch walks for nothing, so You
Well,
know,
this Steelers Knicks fans here, he basically makes a good point too. There's too many cooks in the kitchen,
yep.
but at the same time, like everybody has a pecking order. So this guy's in charge, whatever. This guy's in charge of that, charge of that. You can have cooks and stuff like that. But if you flip the analogy, if you're in a war, right, you got to have a general, you got to have lieutenants, you got to have sergeants. You got to have guys in control of certain things in the thing, and they come together in the war room, and then you talk about it, the best strategy to get to where you need to go. Another point with that is that while that conversation is being had, people are getting pissed. So listen, I'm telling you, we need to get rid of this motherfucker. We need to trade this guy, or I'm trying to tell you, we need to run the offense this way. We're getting killed. I'm quite sure they're having all these conversations, whatever. So, that's all mixed in the mix too. But the reports. One thing I want to say about that is that I'm hoping that this is not old school stuff where they used to leak stuff to the press. Like a guy's pissed off and then he'll leak something to the New York Post, or he'll leak something to this guy or whatever, just for whatever reason. Because they used to do that back in the days. That's what troubles me. Because if guys are leaking stuff like that, then that's a problem. That means that the organization is toxic. But also too, I don't trust those guys. That's why I don't follow none of them. I don't follow Berman and half of those guys. Because I just don't trust none of them cats.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't like Mark Berman, but the man, it feels like he's been spot on all season, bro, and he's toxic, and I can relate to a toxic person. So
he likes to get on podcasts. That's why he likes to. I guess every time I look around, he's on somebody's podcast. Even guys that got like 10 followers, he's sitting there on the podcast answering questions and stuff, man. So I think
that's love, man.
Yeah, he's been around for 20 years though. He's been around since I think right after 99. That's when he got hired. So he never had no love all these years. So now he's finally getting a little love. So I think he's really enjoying it now. So he's kind of calmed down.
So but that comes with pressure. So now you saying about leaked articles, it leaked that Thibs didn't want Kemba Walker.
Yeah.
Thibs proceeds to bench Kemba Walker. Wow. It leaks that Thibs didn't want a Cam Reddish trade. It's leaked. I mean, it's not leaked. It's evident because Thibs DMPs Cam Reddish. Wow.
Yeah.
So who are we supposed to believe? Pressure.
Well, yeah. But I mean, if that's happening, that's like coming out, that's not good. That's not good. That means that shows that everybody's just all jacked up. So it's like, where do we go from here now with all this stuff?
Yeah, man. So that was one of the reasons why I hated the fourth seed last season. It's tough, man. And then you just don't want to bench Kemba Walker outright. He's a fellow New Yorker, but Kemba's been bad. Kemba got one of the highest negatives on our team, along with Julius Randle. Like, that's bad. And they've been starting majority of the season. So
yeah, but we also could count the amount of pick and rolls that he's been called all year too.
Oof. Oh God, I don't even want to go.
Those minutes that Derrick Rose had when he before he got hurt, there was no reason for it. We have so much so excess in players that we shouldn't be burning our guys out like that, And then also too, like you kill his confidence by benching him, and then you bring him back, and now you won't bench him. It's odd, It's odd because now it's Tom Thibodeau being spiteful. That these are other little things that's going along with it too, man. So if all that is happening, man, then somebody like I was saying before, whoever's the leader, whoever's the top, which is Leon Rose, make a decision because we do not want the president stepping in over the general, And what I mean is Dolan, right? Yeah. We don't want Dolan coming in over the general, which is Leon Rose, and telling him what to do. Because if that happens, then we might as well just pack it up.
But the thing that works in our favor, World Wide West, that's James Dolan's mans. so that works in our favor. That's why I love James Dolan, man. He always keep a black man around, man.
he got an emergency black dude in a glass, I guess. World Wide West is the next one. Oh man, he got Isaiah. He had freaking my man. What's his name?
Herb?
Yeah, Herb, everybody. I mean, you can just go down the line. Mr. Squeaky Voice, oh my God. That's some funny shit.
Worst record in the NBA over the last month. The Knicks 3-13, the Pistons 3-13. Pressure. 2001 Knicks, 30-52. 2002 Knicks, 37-45. 2003 Knicks, 39-43. So Knicks, once in every 10 years, you want to have a great record. It's called pressure. The Knicks have lost more games than every other team in the NBA over the past 2 decades, yet somehow they've never landed a top 2 pick in the draft during this stretch. Only once they have had a pick in the top 3, and that's the year when we had RJ Barrett. So the Knicks don't know how to tank, and that's evident from what I've just said. And I don't even want to talk about the 2000 and 2010 Knicks because that's going to hurt my brain. And pressure, the Knicks have lost 3 20-point leads in the past month. The Knicks led by 28 points with 6:44 to go in the second quarter against the Nets, and we lost that game. And it's the third time this month the Knicks have lost after leading by 20 or more. They're the first team to blow 3 20-point leads in the same month in the last 25 seasons. Pressure.
Yeah. What do you think about this at the bottom here with Mr. Robert Mendez? Because that's pressure too now. Now you're talking about, he said we need to chill. Talking about fans and me and you and stuff like that we need to chill. That everybody, right, according to him, is forgetting that it's only the second year of rebuild. Man, so now we have pressure to just sit back and on our feet, sitting on our hands and whatever. What we trying to do? Like, we trying to make diamonds out of coal or something? Like, you're just waiting for something to happen out of the blue?
I don't know when he popped in, but I've clearly said that this is the second year of the Knicks rebuild, which goes into my point about pressure. Yeah. You didn't have to make the 4th seed last season. It's called, and that goes into that goes into the next topic besides pressure. That goes into rebuild, right? So, minimum, the Knicks have 5 chances to get a starting point guard after they drafted RJ Barrett and signed Julius Randle in the same offseason. 2019 or 2020, you could have traded for Chris Paul. So that's one. 2020 offseason, you had Kyle Lowry, or was that 2019? Well, I think it was 2021. Yeah, well, I'm getting the years mixed up. But you had a chance to sign Kyle Lowry or trade for him. You didn't do that. You had a chance to sign Fred VanVleet for the high, throw him $30 million. F it. Do it. You didn't do that. And you had 3 chances in the 2020 draft to get a lead guard, and you chose Julius Randle's backup. Cole Anthony, who I watched wear Thibs and do a windmill dunk in the dunk contest, putting on a Knick jersey. Such a tease, by the way. Such a tease and a spit in my face. Tyrese Maxey, another lead guard, and Halliburton, another lead guard, who the Knicks did not know was available for a trade. Pressure, rebuild, World Wide West, Leon Rose, your connections, but you didn't know Halliburton was up for grabs. Rebuild and pressure. Then you go into last season, and the season prior to this one, you make the 4th seed with 2 first-round picks, knowing you're going into the second year of your rebuild. You make the playoffs, you get punched in the playoffs first round, and your reward is $200 million worth of garbage. And you only get Quentin Grimes, who I love Quentin Grimes, by the way. But you could have had Quentin Grimes and you could have had Scotty Barnes. You could have had Quentin Grimes and you could have had Kay Cunningham and you could have had Jalen Green and Kuminga. So rebuilding, understanding talent, understanding that the whole Eastern Conference is getting better besides you. You took a step back. We're nowhere near in finals contention. So how about you play through the young guys and try to rebuild this thing the right way? Go back to the roots. Go back to 1966 where you drafted your pillars. Maybe the Knicks should try to do that instead of trying this free agency route that we've been trying for 20 years.
Well, it's not really, it's no format though, bro. You know, that's the main thing. Even if you go back that far, you know, they had Richie Guerin before that. My man, you know, shout out to Marvin, man. I think Marvin said this too. That if you go back or it might have been Freezy. One of them said it. Like even before Clyde, they had Richie Guerin. They had a bunch of other guys. I forgot what was the actual point guard that was there before. Oh, Dick McGuire, I believe. Dick McGuire was the point guard, and Clyde was actually his backup as a rookie or whatever. So I mean, like you get certain players, and once you see that you have a player coming off the bench, then you make other moves. You know, it's supposed to be seamless. Like you get this guy, you already got what's the name uh who's the big leader there, the captain
For
for the Knicks. But anyway, you got the captain there, and then later on you get Clyde. After you get Clyde, then you get Dick
Willis.
Barnett. Yeah, Willis Reed. Lord have mercy. Yeah, so you get all these guys, and then you make a trade for the Busher, you know, and then you also draft what's the name. So there's a whole bunch of things that's happening, you know. So it wasn't just like 1 year we got this guy, this guy we get this year we got that guy. It was a flowing thing that was happening, you know, because Phil Jackson is also a part of that too. Super sub coming off the bench kind of thing, playing defense. So I mean, coming together, and then also the right coach coming in there, you know, using his team, because at the time the Knicks were a finesse team, but they played defense too, you know. So the coach was able to make it work, you know, because I mean the coach wasn't like Thibs and say, oh, here, stand in the corner, do that, this, that, and the other. That team, it wasn't, they weren't necessarily like physical, but they moved, they ran a fast break, you know, they ran a fast break without passing the ball. So there was a lot of different things that they were so special about and the whole team could shoot. That was also unprecedented. The whole team could shoot, 1 through 5, all the way 1 through 10. Everybody could shoot. So I mean, if you're building a roster, you have to have a plan, and you just have to just go for it. You know, I think that's what everyone just wants. They just want, you know, the team to just pick a spot, pick something that you want to do, and just go for it all out. And then whatever happens at the end, if you go all out on it, it should be the right thing. It should end up with a championship.
Yeah. Everything gotta fall into place. Like, and just this rebuild, just sticking with this rebuild. Okay, like if you want to say Frank and Knox was mistakes, by all means, you could live with that because they was mistakes. But the mistake happened even before Frank and Knox. We didn't have no first round picks in 2015, 2016. While Porzingis was here. That hampered the rebuild. And we should be blessed that we had got another blue chipper years after we got Porzingis. So prime example, like RJ Barrett, he's the first 21-year-old or younger Knick player, just current Knick players, young players, with a 35-5-5 game in the last 40 seasons, in 40 years. And this is your third overall pick. You have to give this man a point guard. And it's tough. You got Randle and you got RJ as your pillars, and you still don't give these guys a point guard. I don't understand it. And then, you know, rebuilding a roster comes with understanding the landscape as well. If you're not going to draft a point guard, you have to survey the landscape for one. If Kemba Walker was the best option, then you failed.
Yeah, that's where the Knicks messed up, I think. Definitely.
You failed. And then it's crazy because here's this is how you know the Knicks need a point guard really bad. So, you know, I'm looking at it right here. In games with a 5-point differential in the last 5 minutes, New York is 13-18. Its offense goes into the tank, and its defense becomes a turnstile. The Knicks have a minus 22.1 net rating in close games, tied for 28th. You can't win games.
Yeah,
you can't win games like that.
Yeah, but you know, also with it's not just the point guard though; it's everything. Because we can't get rebounds, we can't get stops inside, we can't stay in front of our men outside. You know, we can't pass the ball to each other. You know, it's so many different things going on. But the reason why, because the Knicks, you can go to every era and pinpoint the exact moment where we knew we fucked up. You know, you can just go all the way down the line to every single era. Like say, I'm just gonna say Scott Layden. When Scott Layden signed Allen Houston to that $100 million contract, that screwed us up because then now you can't do nothing now. You already had Sprewell. You know, so they should have said, listen, we got Sprewell 6'5". He's already out of position playing small forward, and we got Allen Houston. We need to make a decision here. You know, we don't have they didn't really have a point guard at the time, so something needed to happen where you get your point guard and then start adding other pieces to it and build around pick somebody, build either around Sprewell or Allen. But they chose to keep both of them, and then we ended up making trades. We got Glenn Rice, and then now we got to play Glenn Rice, Sprewell, and Houston at the same time. We was looking crazy, and then before you know it, now Isaiah got to come in there, you know, to save Layden. But Isaiah's coming in just blah 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 blah, trading draft picks and doing all kind of stuff. So it's just a snowball effect. And now here we are, and now we're doing the same thing, getting Kemba Walker and Fournier, more Kemba Walker than anything. What was even Kemba Walker and Fournier it just messed everything up. Because I mean, you know, even if you go back to Porzingis, like the Porzingis stuff, we had no draft picks. We didn't go all out because we had Melo. We should have went all out. You know, that was the time when we should have went all out. Just trade whatever remaining assets we have and just get a point guard there and really go hard with that crew because we only had a small window. But I mean, you know, fast forward now, we had to trade Porzingis to get to RJ. But right now we absolutely needed a point guard. You know, I'm gonna keep referencing my man Marvin and stuff. You know, he's been saying it the last few podcasts I've been on. Like, you know, you need a point guard. They just did not go to get one. So that screwed it up. Now we're in a place now where we might have took 2 steps back. We took 1 step forward and took 2 steps back. You know, so you know it's crazy, man.
It's tough, and you know another indictment on Thibs. I mean, in Thibs, Leon, and Cole when it comes to a point guard. We have one of the slowest paces in the NBA. I think we're dead second to last. And then when you have a slow pace team, you're supposed to be good in half court offense, right?
Yeah.
So
like last year.
Like last year. But there's no consistent identity for them to hang their hat on. According to Synergy Sports, their half court offense is 26 in points per possession at 0.993. Their 108.4 offensive rating ranks 25th in the NBA. And, you know, Mike Woodson left. It looked like the Knicks offense went to shit. So I don't know what the hell is going on with there. And then Thibodeau's after timeout plays ranked 23rd in the NBA with 0.9 points per possession. So we're not running good half-court offense. We're slow-paced. We're not getting good out of timeout plays and possessions. We're just not a good team. But a lot of those numbers I just said, that's on the head coach, right? That is disgusting. So rebuild, right? Now we're talking rebuild. Okay, you get Obi Toppin. Make it work. So Obi Toppin has the highest plus minus on the team. He plays the same position as Julius Randle. Julius Randle has the highest negative rating on the team this season by far. I think he's in the 190s. It's just disgusting. And, you know, you could play them together. I don't see why you don't play them together. Even quickly he's been struggling for 2 months, right? For 2-3 months. The Knicks are still a plus 5.7 positive when he's on the court. And he has a lesser usage rate than last season.
You talking about quickly?
Yeah. He still has a positive plus minus and he's struggling. What does that tell you, Diehard?
It tells me those numbers are flawed, man. Because I mean, the eye test and the emotion that we go through every single night watching this team, man. See, when it comes down to listen, we did something. Okay, so now we have to continue to let it smolder. You know, like we can't let the fire go out. You know, okay, listen, we messed up. Okay, we messed up. We got Kemba Walker at Fournier. We messed up. So now the trade deadline is coming. Fix it. You know, if you want to keep, if you didn't fire Tom Thibodeau before the trade deadline. Okay, so that means you're keeping him, right? And you made the decision not to trade Mitch and all this other stuff. Then listen, absolutely without a shadow of a doubt, this damn team should have put whatever chips they need to do and put into a box and get a damn point guard here. Because I mean, look at Indiana. Indiana said to hell with it. Sabonis, bye. And they went and got whoever they need to get, Halliburton, this, that, and the other. Freaking the Pelicans went and got CJ. They said to hell with it. Send whatever we need to send. Get CJ over here. You just go down the line. Team said, listen, we messed up. We need to fix it, and then just do it. The Knicks said, nah, we ain't gonna do nothing. We're not gonna do nothing. And then like that, it comes back to like a comment like this. My man, he said that we need to chill. Everybody's forgetting that this is only the second year rebound. No, that's not how it goes, man. Like we're in a we're trying to win right now, right, State. We trying to eventually get to the championship, no matter how, by any means necessary. So we fucked up. So something needed to be done. So now nothing was done. Now we arguing about Thibs. We're arguing about how we gonna play this guy and who's getting minutes over this guy and all this. And can we get this guy to play with this guy? Yo, somebody needs to go down. So like Tom right now, the only option right now is Tom Thibodeau needs to get out of here. Yeah. That's the only option right now. Yeah. And then we need another coach in here to get our young guys acclimated into this. So we can start the next thing.
So more indictment on Tom Thibodeau. So a net rating swing, right? I see Nikola Jokic, Stephen Curry, Jason Tatum, Aaron Gordon. Wow, Obi Toppin. Wow, Emmanuel Quickly. Interesting. This is a rebuild. Burks got 3 points in 26 minutes, and Taj got 6 points in 25 minutes in the Brooklyn game. Obi Toppin had 8 points in 10 minutes. That is disgusting. Obi Toppin played in his 100th game earlier in January. He's the first Knicks player with at least 25 3-pointers and a field goal percentage over 50% in his first 100 career games. Obi Toppin finished with a plus-minus of 21. And 21, I'm just giving you an example of a tweet I had. But Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickly each have at least 26 games minimum with a positive plus-minus. So it goes back into rebuild. The numbers aren't showing for Quickly and Obi, but the advanced stats says otherwise. And I think the advanced stats is matching the eye test because we're watching the vets literally wet the bed. Literally.
Yo, IQ is wetting the bed too, though, man. How many times are you going to get that rebound and then run back to the 3-point line and then stop dribbling? How many times are you going to do that?
Pressure. Rebuild. You're going back to my points, bro. Pressure,
no, I'm saying, rebuild. Yeah, it's definitely like a boomerang type of thing going on here. But the thing is, like you mentioned Obi, IQ, Burks, and I'm gonna throw Nerlens in there. You're talking about advanced stats and things of that nature. All right, a lot of teams still go with advanced stats. They be like, okay, well, listen, the Knicks are just stupid, right? They don't know what they got in Obi Toppin. They don't know what they got in IQ, right? And Burks, for whatever he is, he's a good a veteran to have on the team. Nerlens, well, same thing, same boat. So those 4 players couldn't get me a damn point guard, man. Those 4 players couldn't give me. You mean to tell me Obi Toppin there's all these advanced stats? IQ is so good. I test advanced stats, like you said, and like I said, Burks is still a nice veteran, and Nerlens is still a decent veteran. You mean to tell me those 4 guys cannot get us any point guard? It doesn't have to be an all-star, just any point guard.
Nope, they don't have no value.
You just said the value, man.
They got value to us.
The advanced stats. You just said the advanced stats.
Yeah, but the value to us probably ain't the same value to them. Nobody don't want no fucking Evan Fournier, bro.
Well, listen.
You want Evan Fournier and Obi Toppin in the trade? You gonna lie to the people?
Yeah, I don't like advanced stats. You threw the advanced stats out there, right? So some people really love advanced. Yeah, I just broke my light. Oh shit. Well, anyway, like I said, advanced stats, you know what I'm saying? Like people believe in advanced stats, so it means something to them. So that advanced stats will make Obi Toppin and IQ look good to somebody.
Well, don't let me get into Randle advanced stats because I got in his advanced stats. You damn right people ain't gonna want to trade for his ass.
Yeah, but on the opposite side, like some people don't care about advanced stats, and they'll look
That's true.
at Randall, and they say the last month he's been averaging 28, 12, and 7. You know what I'm saying?
We gonna get into that too, because I got stats on that too. We gonna get into that. Just like I don't understand this team. Like, and then quickly, first 9 games, 5.7 points per game, 30% from the field, 23% from three. Next 28 games, 12 points per game, 41% from the field, 37% from three. Last 16 games, 6 points per game, 28% from the field, 26% from three. Knicks with at least 500 points, 100 assists, 53 pointers in each of their first 2 years of their career. RJ Barrett, Langston Galloway, Langston, shout out to you, once a Knick, always a Knick, and Emmanuel quickly. That's dope. But coming to Randle, out of all the high usage players in the NBA with plus 26 minutes per game or more, Julius Randle ranks dead last in efficiency at 47%, fourth in turnovers with 186, and has the worst plus minus. Rebuilding pressure. Rebuilding and pressure. Quickly and Randle should be on the court together.
If that's what you want.
But if you want to put the ball in Randle's hands, why wouldn't you want that?
Well, listen, like if you have Obi Toppin and you got Julius Randle, to me you gotta pick a side. You know, you can't, because I mean, you know, I actually did a podcast a while back. Nobody watched it. You know what I'm saying? Because I was trying to compare Randle and Obi to like Larry Bird and Kevin Mchale. It sounds crazy, but listen, you want to play these guys together. That's essentially what the Boston Celtics did with Bird and Mchale. You know, Bird was already the established star. They went and got Mchale after the fact, but Kevin Mchale eventually became an all-star, you know, crazy Hall of Famer, but coming off the bench behind Larry Bird. You know what I'm saying? So it's happened before. So if you have a Julius Randle and you're taking advantage of his skill set, you still can bring in you know, another guy of a similar caliber, similar position, and still be successful. You know, that's why I keep trying to, you know, we were saying here that it always comes back down to coaching and all this stuff. That's what Marvin was saying. You know, you have to make a decision what you want to do, man. Yeah. You know, so like if you're gonna do it, then we have to take advantage of it, bro. We have to take advantage of it. Because it's one thing to say, okay, we can't play them together, but listen, if you're going to play them together, we have to have a plan of attack of how we are going to take advantage of the situation.
It goes back into this is what is a rebuild is about, man. You're supposed to be figuring out if you could play those guys together. And now that I heard that analogy once again, I kind of like that analogy. And I understand what you're trying to say. You know, a lot of people will jump out the window and say, "Oh, he's trying to say he's Larry Bird." Nah. He's just saying that you got two good players that you drafted in an organization, and the Boston Celtics found out a way how to make them work, and it worked out for the better.
Yeah, because if the Celtics were like suckers, they could have said, "Oh, they can't coexist with each other. We got to trade one." You know, at one point, the Knicks had Bill Cartwright and they had Ewing together. You know, so they called them the Twin Towers, but they just made mistakes. Because I mean, if you're gonna have two guys like that, you need to have other things in place. So, you know, the Knicks messed up, and then the Knicks went and traded Cartwright for Oakley, and then like we talked about this before, like if you look at the salary, Oakley was the second highest paid player on the team. So Oakley has no skills except rebounding the basketball. He can't score nothing, but he's the second highest player in the thing. That's where the Knicks mess up. You could just go down at, like, you're looking at numbers and stuff. You can look through the numbers and see exactly where the Knicks messed up throughout the years. And if you want to say rebuild, we've been rebuilding since 1946 when the first game happened. You know, because it's not like the NBA just stops for a little while. You know, we're constantly every year, another season. There's always another season. So every season you have an opportunity to reinvent yourself or to get better as a franchise. You know, but how teams get better. Shout out to Golden State. Golden State was complete trash before they got you know, Steph Curry there. And while Stephen Curry was there his first couple of years, that team was complete trash. But before that they had Baron Davis and stuff. I mean, you could just keep snowballing how it goes. But how come Baron Davis and them, they had a really good team? How come they didn't win the championship? Some things didn't work. But I mean, once you finally get something going, you have to snowball it. You have to keep it rolling, or else nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, man. And this, well, once again, this is a rebuild. They did get a fine basketball player in Quinn Grimes. I say that. I really like Quinn Grimes. And I didn't even notice little stuff like this. So, his 3-point attempts per game in college is just his Houston stats. He attempted 8 threes per game. He shot 40% from three, but his defensive win shares was 2.4. That is impressive. The only other player to accomplish this since 1996, Steph Curry. He shoots the lights out and he cares about defense. His defensive rating is much better than other sharpshooters. So this is the reason why we could see Quentin Grimes today in a Knicks uniform, and he defends well. So, Quentin Grimes, he set the Knicks rookie record for most 3-pointers made in a game today, and his first start when he made 7 threes. He has the most games with 5 3-pointers by a Knicks rookie. He has 3 so far. Tim Hardaway has had 4 when he was a Knicks rookie. He has the most games with 5+ 3-pointers by a rookie this season. K. Cunningham has 6. Quentin Grimes had 4. Excuse me, my bad. And Quentin Grimes, so another stat, in December, he was the only rookie in NBA history to make more threes over a 2-game span than Kobe White. So he made 7 threes one game, and then the very next game, he made 5 threes. And Quentin Grimes is also the first Knicks rookie with 5+ 3-pointers in consecutive games. And he's second in 3-point percentage amongst all rookies. First is Ayu Damasu. Well, shout out to the Chicago Bulls for that draft pick. Quentin Grimes is absolutely a fine basketball player. He fits here. You need basketball players like that. He fits the archetype of a Danny Green, those championship winning players, Rick Fox, all those type of 3-and-D archetypes from each of those teams. He fits the bill. So
he's a high character guy too, man. You see him out there leading, being a leader out there. Also, he just so poised. He never seen. I mean, he is just a damn good basketball player. Also, he's 21 years old too, same age as RJ. So now we there's so many different parallels that we have here. But I mean, we have to be so opportunistic now to get the right mix together. I mean, Julius Randle could stay, RJ could stay. Fournier, he could stay. But I mean, there's so many other different move pillies that we can move around to make the team better. We I don't want to keep jumping around, but go ahead, 'cause I know you got more stats and stuff.
Quentin Grimes over his last 15 games, 2.3 3-pointers made per game at 41%. Yeah, man, Quentin Grimes is flourishing as a prototypical 3-and-D prospect that we needed. My beef, though, with Quentin Grimes is I felt like he wasn't dynamic enough. So that's where not the RJ Barrett, that's where the Cam Reddish, stuff comes in. But back to rebuild pressure, stupid ass Tom Thibodeau. Reddish, since he's come to New York, averages 5 points per game, 0.9 rebounds per game, 0.4 assists per game, and 95% from the free throw line. Thibs, stop being a clown. You got 3 young wings: Quentin Grimes, Reddish, RJ.
Tom Thibodeau can't stop being a clown. Tom Thibodeau is just a clown now.
Clown.
He's certified. He got his card and everything. Ringling brothers right now.
Clown.
Go ahead. Only coach.
Only coach in the league that will play Taj Gibson right now. Literally, only coach. Go ahead.
Well, I'm dying to throw a wrench in this conversation so bad. So listen, would you? All right, we just said all those different people, right? That you said, right? A bunch of different players, and you already have a thought in your mind. Would you trade RJ Barrett to get that point guard?
Nah.
Why though?
Need a wing. Championship.
We got Cam Reddish.
Nah, that's not realistic for me.
Why?
Because RJ Barrett was drafted here.
That's not a good reason why, though.
Well, it's a biased reason. I'm sticking to it.
That's an emotional reason. That's an
Yeah.
emotional bias reason. Yes.
And that's the same reason why the Knicks didn't trade Julius Randle or Obi Toppin for a point guard.
Well, Julius Randle also averages like 20 this, 20 that, 15 that, XYZ, and he was an all-star last year.
You bringing up last year to me?
No.
I love this monkey wrench. I love this.
I love to throw wrenches at you, man. But listen, would you trade RJ Barrett for a point guard? Now, your answers were emotional answers. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't even trade Scotty if we had Scotty Barnes and RJ Barrett. I wouldn't trade none of those guys for a point guard. Let's say
but we don't have them though.
So let's say if we drafted any other position besides a wing, I would be interested. I would do it.
But we don't got Scotty Barnes, but we do got Cam though.
I don't have no. I'm going off what I see, and from what I see, I can't really. It's like, what you want me to say?
Well, no. Well, this is the point I'm trying to make. Let's say we're just trying to build a roster. Like if you put like it's like my car. I'm about to get rid of my work car, and I'm really sad about it. Well, here's a segue. I got 2 flat tires, bro. My 2 front tires are flat. There's something going on with the computer on the car. I was thinking about replacing it, and then just now when I was parking, somebody stuck something in the pole, and it freaking broke my rear my right brake light. So you know what? I'm throwing the whole damn car in the garbage, man, because it's causing me too much stress. I got another car, so I'm gonna just drive my other car instead of holding on to this thing. So the point I'm trying to say is that like we want certain guys to do so well, like Mitchell Robinson, pay that man, all this other stuff. It's like an emotional things there that I'm just taking away from what we really want. We really want to win a championship. Like me, I just want a car that works. You know, so we need to focus on what's the real plan is to win a championship. So I'm just gonna throw this out there. If something comes up where we can get ourselves a really good point guard, and give me an example of a really good point guard. I don't know. Somebody mentioned Sexton. I don't know. Like somebody that's established, like an established point guard.
Established point guard that could realistically get loose.
San Antonio, the kid from San Antonio.
They not trading him, and they're
no. But listen. They might trade him if we give them a package of RJ Barrett.
Nah, I'm not doing that.
Absolutely. No, you're not doing that. You're not doing that because you love RJ Barrett more than you love the Knicks.
They not doing business with the Knicks, bro.
Why not?
No. Because we screwed them over with the Mook Morris stuff. You forgot.
But that's also emotional shit, though.
Nah,
you're talking about roster stuff.
Bro,
if we trade RJ Barrett, right? Listen, RJ Barrett, throw a draft pick in there or whatever we need to do to sweeten it together. We probably can get that kid here.
We will be worse than what we are now.
Why? No, but listen, don't we need a point guard though?
So you don't want somebody defending the perimeter?
We got Cam Reddish already there. We already got Cam Reddish.
I don't have no evidence of that.
And then we got Quentin Grimes too. We got him too. Don't laugh. You just read a beautiful soliloquy praising the life essence of Quentin Grimes, bro.
What we doing with Obi and Randle?
Well, at that point, that's another conversation.
We gotta have that conversation first before we even talk.
No, because we getting the point guard first.
Who's defending the perimeter?
The point guard that we about to get,
bro. So you think Dejounte Murray and Randle is going to do something? You wouldn't even look in the mirror.
But Randle's not in the perimeter. It's Dejounte Murray and Quentin Grimes is in the backcourt. Don't laugh because it feels good, man. Don't laugh because it feels good. Yo, listen, stay for real. Yo, listen, San Antonio is entertaining us in a conversation to trade DeJounte Murray to us for RJ Barrett, right? So that's the basis of the conversation. You're telling me who is going to guard the perimeter? I'm telling you DeJounte Murray and Quentin Grimes. Isn't that what we want? Quentin Grimes and DeJounte Murray in the backcourt.
Yo, bro, I can't straw man, bro. That's straw man. I can't do that.
But that's the point. The point I'm trying to say is that, like, listen, RJ is a little bit more than just a Nick to you, man. You know what I'm saying? So, like, listen, I'm telling you right now, I would sacrifice RJ Barrett if we're gonna get DeJounte Murray here. If we can get DeJounte Murray for RJ Barrett, goodbye. And now we got DeJounte Murray, we got Quentin Grimes, And then listen, if we do all that, we still got Julius Randle. I don't want Mitchell Robinson. We can make we can trade Obi Toppin and
who you starting center? So who you starting center?
It don't have to be Mitchell Robinson. Because number one, we already placed RJ with Cam Reddish, right? And then we replaced the backcourt with Quentin Grimes and DeJounte Murray. I don't see what's so funny.
That team is
the only thing funny is that I traded RJ Barrett for DeJounte Murray, and you don't know how I did it.
So your team is DeJounte Murray, Quentin Grimes,
right?
Evan Fournier.
Yeah, he's on the roster somewhere.
Randle,
yeah, he's on the roster somewhere. Nah, you keep saying Dwight Howard. You keep saying Dwight Howard, but not for nothing.
So give me a center.
But listen, not for nothing. If we had Dwight Howard, we probably would be better with that way.
Oh, now,
Mitchell Robinson, yo, we talk about it all the time. Mitchell Robinson don't box out. I just posted a video. Somebody posted a video about Mitchell Robinson talking about that the reason why I posted my plus and minus is because they want to blame me, so I post my plus and minus or whatever. That dude need to get up out of here. He need to go.
I disagree
with
to
another team.
I disagree with that. Another man told me shut the fuck up and gave me a thumbs down this year. And you telling me about Mitchell Robinson tweets? I don't want to hear that.
All right, but listen, RJ Barrett for DeJounte Murray, that is a done deal for me, bro.
Bro, in your own world, you think that value? I don't know.
But listen. The number one thing that we've been saying this whole podcast is that we need a point guard. So San Antonio said, listen, give me RJ Barrett and I'll give you DeJounte Murray. And you say no?
The Knicks are saying no. They're not doing that.
Why? If we need a point guard to save our lives, why would we not? Why would we say no to that?
Because it's not for the now. Ain't no way on. I wouldn't even post that on Twitter, bro.
I'm about to post it on Twitter because I don't give a fuck about them young motherfuckers on Twitter.
I ain't posting that for who, bro? You didn't.
Did you say for who? DeJounte Murray, bro? RJ for DeJounte Murray, you would not do that. Are you kidding me?
Bro, I'm not trading RJ for God, bro. So for that.
So then, after all the stats that you gave me just now, with all the stuff you just said, right? So that means that it doesn't matter if we get a point guard or get better, just as long as RJ Barrett stays on the Knicks.
It's not about RJ Barrett staying on the Knicks. It's called roster construction. So you're challenging me on getting a point guard. I'm challenging you on win championships. When was the last time a point guard was a Finals MVP? When was the last?
Oh my God! Why does it got to be Finals MVP if we won the championship?
When the last time the team's best player was a point guard? Come on, stop it now.
What is the point? Why does he have to be the best player? He solidifies the point guard position for us.
Because other teams' best players are wings. Sorry,
yeah, but RJ Barrett is not our best player. I don't think he ever will be.
I guess. I guess. So tell Julius Randle guard the other team's best player.
He don't have to.
So who's going to?
Whoever else that we as we continue to build the roster, that's who's going to guard him. Julius Randle's a power forward. He shouldn't be guarding the other team's best player.
That's my point. You need wings.
But we got Cam Reddish.
Tell that to Thibs.
But Thibs is fired already. Thibs is a clown. Thibs is already fired. I mean, don't die, man. Don't die on the middle of the podcast.
Trade RJ.
I just don't get it, yo. Hey, listen, anybody in this chat here, would you trade RJ for DeJounte Murray?
No, you about to get a bunch of no's.
I'm dead ass. If anybody that's watching, would you trade DeJounte Murray for RJ?
I'm shooting Randle to the moon before I even talk RJ. Randle getting shot to the moon, brother. Sorry.
That's crazy, man.
RJ game ain't point guard dependent. You kidding me?
Because listen, we done talked about it blue in the face now. There's so many different ways to build a roster. You know, I said the Knicks did whatever they did in the 60s, whatever to get to where they had to go. Even the Ewing era. We started off with Ewing was playing with Bill Cartwright, and then we ended up flipping stuff around. We fixed the team up. You had a whole bunch of different things going on with this team. Then we got Pat Riley. He flipped the roster again. So there's so many different ways to flip the roster, man. to flip the roster and get better. So I mean, it doesn't end with just this one player. Like I said, if we trade RJ to get DeJounte Murray, now we have a solidified point guard, probably like one of the best young point guards in the NBA. He is probably the best rebounding point guard. He could pass the ball, defense. He could score. So I mean, that's locked down. Now Quentin Grimes, I trust Quentin Grimes. We still paying Fournier, but Fournier could get traded too, though. It's a moving thing. It's a moving thing. So once you get certain guys in place, then you can start pinpointing how you want to win. And then like we need a wing, yes, but listen, you got to trade something to get something. So my thing is, okay, listen, we keep RJ. Then how do we get the point guard? Because I mean, it doesn't have to be RJ for DeJounte Murray. It could be somebody else in the trade. But why is it so funny to trade RJ for DeJounte Murray? Only because you have RJ sitting on the pedestal.
I'm getting annoyed. I'm getting annoyed with this convo because we shouldn't even be having this fucking convo. I labeled out 6 times where we could have had a starting point guard even before this convo.
But now we got 7.
Nah, I'm not trading RJ for a point guard. So I don't know where you're going.
Oh my god! All right, so cool. So how do we get a point guard? Because I'm telling you, I know for a fact that San Antonio will trade DeJounte for RJ. I know for a fact. If we start with that conversation, that it could happen. So anyway,
RJ got more value. Duh, I would do that trade for San Antonio in a heartbeat if the Knicks was that dumb.
There's people on the San Antonio roster that's better than RJ right now.
Who?
Better or comparable to him on the roster right now.
Who?
Lord have mercy. Now I got to pull up the San Antonio roster. They got a bunch of players on that team that do exactly what RJ does.
Who?
Oh man. Now you gotta be clicking. How do you spell Antonio, bro? Antonio.
Listen, Ebro just doing this because he want to strike. He want to get the energy up, man. I don't know what he trying to do.
I'm trying to throw a wrench into this conversation to get the juices flowing.
I don't know what he's trying to do. This RJ Barrett, Mitch Robinson talk, man. I'm paying.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Give me a second. The freaking screen is jumping like crazy. All right, so the current roster over there, they got Keldon Johnson. I'm taking RJ over here. You might want to take him over him, yes, but if they're on the same team, they both basically do the same thing. They traded Derek White. You got Devin Vessels over there.
I'm taking RJ.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. These guys are comparable.
How? Devin Vassell and put the ball on the floor.
But RJ doesn't really do it either, though. RJ could barely jump off the ground half the time. He drags his feet. He can't look out his right eye either sometimes. He can't make layups. He can't make layups a lot of times.
Interesting for a player that's put up the only 35, 5 and 5, the youngest Knick to do that. That's interesting that you said.
I mean, but that's one game. That's one game. There was a dude back in the days. I forgot Money's name, but he used to play for I forgot what the team he used to play for. But he scored 50 points one time. 50 points in the game. He was complete trash, but he scored 50 points once in his life.
Brandon Jennings?
Not Brandon Jennings. This is something somebody before that, like in the early 90s. I think he played for. I think when he did it, he either played for Atlanta or Miami. Where he scored 50 points one game. But he was like a career backup. So I mean, it happens. So these career things. The first guy that did this, the first guy that did that. It happens. Even to this day, the first black person is still doing this. The first Chinese person is still doing that. So
even before the trade RJ talk, it's like this goes back into rebuilding. You draft Obi to be Julius Randle's backup, and you don't consolidate either Randle or Obi at the trade deadline for you to get a point guard. I don't get it. Like it's stuff like that makes your situation worse. And then now we get to Mitchell Robinson. So my boy, understanding the landscape, right? So I just said that the Knicks didn't consolidate at the trade deadline, and you talking about would you trade RJ for a point guard? And then I'm bringing up why did the Knicks consolidate either Randle or Obi for a point guard? Understanding the landscape. How do you not know, like what I said earlier, how do how you just don't know Halliburton is on the table. Like I really want a story behind that. Like I really do.
I'm telling you, and then look who they traded. They traded Sabonis and Lamb for Halliburton and whoever they got. Sabonis and Lamb. You mean to tell me that Julius Randle and Alec Burke couldn't make the same deal? Because I could argue that RJ's better than Sabonis.
I could argue Randall's better than Sabonis and Lamb and Halliburton. But I don't. But the point is, how do y'all not know? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Or maybe they did know, but then everybody's so busy arguing they can't make a damn decision.
Or maybe they did know, but like Mark Berman said, you know, the optics, they didn't want to trade Randall because of the optics, because they passed on Halliburton in the draft for Obi Toppin. See, little dumb shit like that. Dumb stuff like that.
Yeah, that's dumb, man. Because I mean, we can go back to any random draft. Like they'll draft a player, like say like Marbury. They'll draft Marbury and then trade Marbury for the next pick, which is Ray Allen. They'll do that. They do. Teams do dumb shit all the time. You know, like even in like the Chris Webber draft, they traded him for a Penny Hardaway on the draft night. Like why do teams do shit like that? The Luka Doncic for Trae Young. Why do teams do dumb shit like that? But it don't matter. You know, it really shouldn't matter. Like if a trade is gonna happen, a trade needs to happen. You should just make it happen. You know, so that optics shit, man. If that's the case, man, then this is we're a lot deeper in doodle than we think we are.
Absolute dog show, and you know, understanding the landscape. Every single team in the East got better in the offseason last season, besides the Knicks. And the Knicks, one of the things that really grinds my gears is the Mitchell Robinson situation, because they paid Nerlens before they paid Mitch. And I feel like you're supposed to do your people good, especially your draft picks, because, you know, those are your that's your homegrown talent. The fan base attaches themselves more to their draft picks. We just had a whole blow up about RJ Barrett, because obviously I'm more attached to my draft pick than a guy who got traded here. Players that average 10 points per game, 10 plus rebounds, 1.5 blocks while shooting 75% field goal percentage over a 10-game span this season. Mitchell Robinson, Jared Allen, Rudy Gobert, Robert Williams. Mitchell Robinson has his second career 20-rebound game. He's the fifth Knick with multiple games with at least 20 rebounds at age 23 or younger. He joins Willis Reed. Willis Reed had 16. Jesus.
Willis Reed was a beast, bro. Jeez. He was a beast. Willis Reed was a man. He was a real man. No homo.
Man, compared to Patrick Ewing only had 2. Yeah. So Willis Reed had, Jesus Christ. Mitchell Robinson, he's the first Knick with 10 offensive rebounds in a game since Enes Kanter in 2017. Shout out to Enes Kanter.
It's really Enes Kanter.
And Enes. Well,
Enes Kanter. I'm not sure about if it's Enes.
Nah, I'm calling him Enes. We're gonna call him Enes.
All right. If you want to call it for that reason, I'm good with it. But you know.
Oh man. And as we all know, you know, Mitch Robinson second in the season in offensive rebounds, 176 versus Steven Adams. You know, picking up everybody's bricks, especially Randall and Evan Fournier bricks,
you know,
and Walker bricks and bricks.
Well, listen, those are great stats, right? But how many stats does Mitchell Robinson have that's comparable to, like, let's say, like a Chris Dudley or something like that, or Jared Jeffries? You know, because with all those great games that he has plenty of games where I'm quite sure he's the first Knick since Jared Jeffries to fucking suck like a bastard in this game. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, the OKC game, he had all those rebounds, but the last 5 minutes of the game, he to me he lost the game in the OKC. The last 5 minutes of the game, you know. And then if you want to go to the Brooklyn game, he got his ass handed to him in Brooklyn too. You know, so like for whatever many games that he has where, he's the first Knick to do that, first Knick to do that. But hey, guess what? He's the same Knick since Jared Jeffries that gets his ass bust handed to him by mediocre teams. You know?
So to defend Mitch real quick, yes, he always killed no name nobodies. We both know this. He kills nobodies all day, every day.
And we don't win.
The OKC game, Thibs played Mitch 12 straight minutes and then plays Taj 3 minutes and then brings Mitch right back in the game. That was stupid. The next game, he takes Mitch out and then proceeds to let Taj Gibson get mauled. Literally I think it was the third quarter. I think it was towards the end of the third quarter. He let Taj get mauled. So yes, like Mitchell Robinson has these deficiencies. Like I see people saying, "Oh, Mitchell Robinson hasn't shot the ball yet, and Mitchell Robinson hasn't done this and done that." That's on coaching and that's on management as well. Because I see the talent. You don't shoot 70% from the field by accident. That's talent. You don't have the highest field goal percentage in NBA history so far, minimum 1,000%, 1,000 attempts, at 73% by accident. That means you have talent. But I'm disappointed in our staff because, you don't let him shoot the ball. That's my main gripe.
But that's the thing. He got 70%, but he's not shooting the ball though.
I don't even know if that's him anymore. I'm gonna keep it a stat. I don't know if that's him because I've seen the OKC game. All of the young bigs on OKC shoot threes, no matter if they're missing or not. They're shooting the ball, bro.
But they're also like 6'8", 6'5". You know what I'm saying? They're not even centers. They're like small forwards and shit.
Shoot the ball. Just have some fun out there. You don't get tired of dribble handoffs? I'm dribble handoffs out.
But here's a flip side to the OKC game. But I keep forgetting to say is that Mitch Robinson is 7 feet tall. Like it all comes back to Tom Thibodeau. Mitch Robinson is 7 feet tall. Why the fuck didn't we just run pick and roll every single time down and then let Mitch Robinson get 1,000 points?
But even with that, we kill. Now let's continue on Thibs. We kill Mitch a lot because Mitch has no offensive game whatsoever.
Right.
But that doesn't mean he doesn't know how to do a jump hook just because we've never seen it. Why the fuck Thibs? I know I'm cursing crazy, but why the hell Thibs don't coach his guards to pass it to Mitch when he has a mismatch under the rim? That's not hard.
Well, I mean, Mitch Robinson can't make layups though, so him being on the rim is not really a mismatch. The thing is that we have to get him open to dunk. And if the guy that's guarding him is 6'8", it's elementary, my dear Watson. Why don't we just run a pick and roll for him and just let him just dunk all over the team? Let him have 30,000 dunks that game. Mitchell Robinson should have had 50 points against OKC.
I don't know. I'm so devastated that the Knicks didn't pay Mitch Robinson last summer. And paid Nerlens Noel. That was stupid. It was idiotic. Knicks players with 150 offensive rebounds plus, 75 blocks through the first 50 games of a season. Mitchell Robinson, Tyson Chandler, Marcus Camby, two guys that people compared Mitchell Robinson to. And as far as the layups is concerned, he still shoots above 70+%, but he do be hosing some layups. He be hosing some easy layups. I'm not
man. Against that OKC team, he had three guys underneath him, yes, but he went up for to make a layup, and I guess he was trying to dunk it, but he didn't have it, and it hit the bottom of the rim.
Yep. So it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Yeah. And understanding the landscape, Julius Randle. Julius Randle has averaged 28 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists in 8 games this month. I can't even enjoy his stats. But I can't enjoy them because we're losing one, but two, it's because I feel like my coach is just putting too much on this man's plate. It's too much to the point where his numbers is just coming off as like hollow stats now.
Well, I mean that's the thing. That's why a lot of people make the point that Randle's just tired. Because it's just too much responsibility for Julius Randle when he doesn't need to do that. We got so many other options and anything like back to the OKC game because listen, everybody was upset about the Brooklyn game, but that OKC game, bro. If you go back and watch the replay of me doing the halftime to crunch time, I was gonna have a damn heart attack. You know, because everything that we were doing, it just was not making no sense. And then like Julius Randle, Julius Randle like was getting run to the ground to the point where he got fouled out in the last few seconds, and then that was the only way that Tom Thibodeau was going to take him out the game. You know, it's just too much anxiety. It all comes back to Tom Thibodeau. You know, there's a way to use Julius Randle. It's a blueprint to use him. You know, since he's been in college, there's a blueprint to use Julius Randle. But Tom Thibodeau says, you know what? Let's just kill this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Let's just make him get his own rebound. Let's make him bring the ball up. Let's make him get his own post position. Let's have nobody down there helping him to rebound. Let's let him get his own offensive rebound. Let's make him pass out the double team. You know, he got to do everything by himself. And not just one time. He got to do it every single time down. You know, so that's not right. And then, like I said, Mitchell Robinson is standing right there. How, you know, let's run some plays for Mitchell. Obi Toppin's off the bench. Let's run some plays for him. You know, so it all comes back to this jackass, this clown Tom Thibodeau. It just keeps coming back to him because he's making us all look like assholes.
And like, all right, let's say if somebody, because you know, listeners love hearing both sides of the story. So let's say if you want to say you don't want to give Julius Randle that you don't want to give him the benefit of the doubt of saying he's tired. Okay, cool. Like I watched Carmelo Anthony 40 minutes, 44 points, 40 minutes, 41 points, 40 minutes, 39 points.
I know, but listen,
I've never seen somebody say that Carmelo Anthony was tired. But at the same time, Obi Toppin minutes. 14 minutes, 19 minutes, 11 minutes, 12 minutes, 10 minutes, 14 minutes, 11 minutes, 8 minutes, 8 minutes, 11 minutes.
One thing I want to say about Carmelo though, man, is like if you look at the usage and versus minutes compared to what Julius Randle has to do every single night compared to what Melo had to do every single night, it's like totally night and day, man. When Melo got the ball, he turned around, jab step, 7 minutes, jab step, 7 minutes, 7 seconds, jab step, pull up jump shot. You know what I'm saying? Come back down the court, whatever. Everybody comes down, he skips down the court, and then he just throws up a 3-pointer. It goes in because Melo's just ill like that. I can't, you know, I'm not saying nothing bad about Melo. Melo's just ill like that. It comes down the court, you know, gets the rebound, and it just shoots a half court shot and it goes in. That's how Melo is. Comes down the court, hold the ball for 24 seconds, and then shoot a shot at the buzzer. That's what Melo does. You know, but that's way different than actually, you know, getting the rebound and nobody's helping, running down the court and have to set your own post position and banging on the inside. There's no pick coming, there's no ball moving, nothing. You know, it's like a whole different thing.
But I mean, I gotta say, some of Randle moves is Melo-esque, and then you can't. So I'm looking at it right now. So I just like I'm gonna just give you like a 4-game span, you know, like a 5-game span. So 36 minutes, 37 points, 12 rebounds. 41 minutes, 37 points, 14 rebounds. 40 minutes, 41 points. 50 minutes, 40 points. 37 minutes, 43 points. Should I keep going? 35 minutes, 40 points. 42 minutes, 43 points. So it's never been a time where people said Carmelo's tired. So like I don't even know how to realistically judge this man Julius Randle for this season, because on one hand, you want to call him a bad leader. There's evidence of that. Slapping Kenny Payne's hand, being a bad teammate, getting up out of timeouts, and, you know, telling fans shut the fuck up and thumbs down. And next game, you giving us 4 points, 1 for 9 from the field. But then there's another side where the man tends to play Randle 12 minutes every single first quarter, and you got a lottery pick that's the 8th overall pick chilling like this. He just chilling. He chilling on the bench with all that athletic ability, shooting 22% from 3, because Thibs just want to have him sitting at the 3-point line instead of using him rolling to the rim. He chilling. Come on.
Another thing too, man, Carmelo Anthony is the smoothest motherfucker on the planet, man, and he's also one of the greatest scorers to ever touch a basketball. Yeah. So he's just on a different level with everything that he's doing scoring wise. So
Yeah,
it's not even a comparison, really.
I didn't put that context in there, so thank you.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
he is.
yeah, and then just Melo. I mean, the Boston Celtics, they had to go as far as to say that his wife tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios in order to make him mad. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't work. And they almost got their ass whipped for that
Yeah,
shit.
he's still like, yo, Melo's a ball. Yo, on offense, man. Yo, oh man, dog. Yo, Melo's a different cat, dog.
Just different. He's just different, bro. He's just different dude.
But that goes back into the earlier concept, pressure. That goes back into pressure. When Julius Randle made that All NBA second team, now you in that, you stepped into that Carmelo Anthony spotlight now, where like, yo, brother, you gotta perform every night, boss, and you need to talk to media every night. So once he started, acting frib and acting like he was scared of the media, he didn't want to talk to us and all that. That's when a lot of fans were like, man, fuck Randle. Yeah. That's a lot of what, he don't want to talk to the media, but he sends RJ after losses. But he talks to the media after he scores 30 in a loss. Oh no,
it looks crazy. It looks crazy.
Come on, man. But we look crazy because of Thibs and Leon Rose and their horrible roster construction and Thibs' horrible minute allocations and Thibs' horrible adjustments. If he ever made an adjustment in his life, he doesn't have a wife. Or he doesn't have children, or he doesn't have a woman in his life. So he don't have a female to tell him, yo, hey, you dumbass, you going right when it was left.
Right. Well, yo, he don't even have a female to do like this, You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's all you need. Like you stressed out, yo, man. It's these bills and these guys keep fucking me at work, blah blah. All you need is a female to take your hat off with your bald head or whatever, and just go like this, And then you be like, "What's for dinner, babe?" You know what I'm saying? He needs that in his life.
Hey, yo, man, that's just understanding the landscape, man. You got a 19-10 guy. You just drafted yourself a young wing. It's imperative that you get those guys a point guard. I done did it in 2K. That's how I run my team in 2K when it comes to the Knicks. I go get my guys a point guard.
Well, listen, man. I already gave you an option for point guard, bro.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Option, man. Do your option. You want some American gangster Denzel Washington, talking to the feds and all that. That's type of stuff.
But like I said, there's so many ways to kill a cat. Because another thing too, we got Cam. If we're not going to use Cam, all right. So listen, here's another conversation, real quick, because I wanted to say something. I forgot what I wanted to say, but I'll just make this point.
It'll come back to you.
Yeah, it'll come back to me. So I want to make this point. Say, okay, we'll keep RJ because I'm okay with keeping RJ. I would just start in trouble with you, right? So let's say, okay, we got RJ and Randle. That's what we're gonna do. But we need a point guard. We have to get this point guard here. Forget about Mitch Robinson. Let's say we're locked in to sign him, but we definitely need to get this point guard, right? So what's wrong with trading Cam Reddish or like Obi Toppin and quickly or some of the other people that I mentioned just to get because at this point you just got to get somebody here. It doesn't matter. Like let's say you can have your favorites that you want to keep on the roster. There's no problem. But how do you get that person here? I'm
under the mindset, honestly. So Mike is funny. Hold on, I gotta just show you.
There you
go.
So yep.
I'm under the mindset of get a point guard by all means this summer. So what that mindset is, Diehard, if I gotta give up quickly, I'm doing it. If I gotta give up, if I gotta give up Obi, I want to get a point guard because I know the point guard will make Obi an even better player.
But are we trying to make Obi a better player? Or are we trying to win something?
We trying to win something, but at the same time, you trying to make your assets look good in order for those assets to be shipped off for even better assets. That's the reason why we couldn't get off none of our assets during the trade deadline because nobody wanted our assets.
Yeah, but a lot of people like to buy jewelry, but they still live in the damn projects and ain't got like 2 quarters to rub together. But they walking around with jewelry on their neck.
I mean, hey, people.
People walking around with $700 shoes, jumping the turnstile, getting arrested. They ain't got no ID. Like, wow, still, so it's people who have their mind all fucked up about a lot of different things.
Man, people will pay $10 for juice instead of paying $1 for some Kool-Aid packets and putting some water out your faucet and getting some sugar. So it's according to mindset,
Yeah, some people refuse to drink Poland Spring because I gotta have that other joint that costs $2.50. It's the same water.
Oh man, this.
Oh.
I hope the organization is having these same arguments me and you having, because it's no way, man. And this goes into my next thing. Knowing timelines. So Cleveland. So all right, Randle's 27. Karis LeVert is 27, or he's 28 probably. Karis LeVert is playing with Cleveland's young core now. You don't hear fans saying, let's trade Karis LeVert because he don't fit the timeline. You hear fans saying he's a part of their young core. But you got people like me who's crazy and who have said both things about Julius Randle. I said, get him out of here. He's not a part of the young core. I've also said, keep him. If you want to keep him, get rid of the coach. I'm done with Thibs. He needs to go. But, understanding timelines. So Randle can realistically still be a part of this timeline. But he has to understand that he has a team now. He doesn't have to do everything. And the only way for him to realize that is if they get more talent. And I felt like last year we should have wholeheartedly tanked last year to get us some talent. Because if Randle is a guy, let's say if he is a guy who has high ego and he's a guy, he's emotional, and because you need a hot head on every team. Honestly, you really do. So let's say if he is a guy who's emotional like that. Okay, so can you get me a young, promising point guard that has some spunk and, I'm watching John Morant do his little TikTok video. He got money with him, drinking his little liquor, but he's an all-star. I'm watching Obi Toppin quickly do TikToks. We 9 games under 500.
They doing TikToks with little babies dancing to drill music.
Stop.
Please.
You only do videos when you accomplish stuff, man. We ain't accomplished nothing. So it's understanding your timeline. I want Jaden Ivey. So I want the Knicks to tank and tank hard.
Well, what do you think about Ty Ty?
Ty for what? He want Ty his ass right to the bench. He want Ty right to the bench, man. I don't want no. I'm done with Kentucky prospects. I already want to trade. Got Knox out of here. I already want to get Quickly out of here because Quickly been playing bad basketball for about 2 months. But sadly, I had to praise my boy on the pod today. Ty himself to Sacramento or something. I'm good with that.
Ty for what?
Jaden Ivey or death. That's where I'm at with that. Just like how I was with Scotty Barnes last season. That's where I'm at with that. But understanding your timeline.
Yeah.
Playing Taj and Nerlens and Kemba Walker and, Evan Fournier and Allen Brook, it's pointless.
Let me show you this, man. This is Cleveland. Like, I hope it doesn't mess this damn stream up. But I mean, check out Cleveland's roster. I'll make it a little bit bigger here. So I mean, there's a few players on this thing here that were traded away, but they have Jarvis Garland. They got Jarrett Allen. Okay. Well, just even to simplify it, Mobley was drafted there, and Darius Garland was drafted there. Somebody like Kevin Love is a holdover from a previous run that they had. Yep. But okay, those are a couple guys. I guess you can add Colin Sexton there, but Colin Sexton is a free agent at this time, right?
But I'm glad you put up this picture. Look at the age of Lauri Markkanen and look at the age of Jared Allen. That's how you build your team, bro.
But listen. Jared Allen was traded, and also Lauri Markkanen was signed.
You traded for a young stud, right? Not a vet like what Thibs would do. He's begging for vets. He's begging for guys who. But you traded for a young stud, and you signed another young stud who was out on the outs of his previous team. The Knicks just want vets. That's annoying to me. And Cleveland blown the Knicks rebuild out of the water.
But not for nothing, Jared Allen at this point, he's a vet now, and also Lauri Markkanen. These guys they could be considered vets because they've been playing in the league since they were like 19. Yep. It's been a few years now.
Yep. Once you've been in the league, so my journey is once you've been in the league for 5 years, you're considered an NBA vet to me. Jared Allen is definitely a vet, and Lauri Markkanen is definitely a vet. But they're both young vets, though. Yeah. And they're young, good talent. And Jared Allen is an all-star. A guy who I said before, Mitch Robinson is better than. But you know what Jared Allen has?
An all-star.
That's one. An all-star what?
And also, I'm looking at it now. Jared Allen, he's shooting 66% from the field, but he actually that's like real shooting because he makes layups and you could give him the ball to post up, and he's still shooting 66%. Mitch Robinson, you can't give him the ball to do anything.
Sad. Sad. Ewu says we can't give Mitch the ball. Mitch still shoots 74% from the field. Oh, God.
Yeah, but we can't give him the ball to post up. But we can give the ball to Jared Allen to post up, and he still got 66%. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Do we give the ball? Do we not post Mitch up because he can't post up, or do we not post up because it's just coaching?
I don't want to see that dude ever trying to post up anybody because he can't score. What? He can't. Like, you have to be able to make a layup in order to post up, and you got to be able to shoot a jump shot in order to be able to post up. You can't do either.
I don't have no evidence of me not knowing if he can't post up or not. All I can see is the games I watch and his field goal percentage, which is obviously above 70%. But the point I'm trying to get at is Jared Allen has an all-star point guard that Cleveland drafted, and Cleveland drafted back-to-back guards and back-to-back drafts. It's like, come on, man.
That's another thing too. Cleveland, they drafted Colin Sexton and they drafted Jarvis Garland. Sexton might be out of here, so I mean, it doesn't stop the rebuild. You just have to keep this thing rolling. Same thing, say Sexton and Obi. I mean, Julius and Obi. Like, if you make one decision and it's not working out, you got to keep it rolling. You got to keep it rolling. They went and they still had Kevin Love, which they should have traded a long time ago. They ignored him and just built around everybody else.
And another thing about their roster is Isaac Okoro, 5th overall pick, helped out the Cleveland defense. Evan Mobley, 3rd overall pick, helped out the Cleveland defense.
Isaac Okoro was trash though. I don't like him, man. But he's a good role player. But yes. not for. I'm saying for like where he was drafted for what he's doing for them. He's not really doing much for them compared to where he was drafted.
No, but he's playing. All right, they picked him 5th, but he's playing the role that they're giving him. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's playing the whole role player role, but it fits. It's helping them win. It's not about the numbers. It's not about the numbers winning. They're helping him win. How the hell you delete comments out of it? What the hell is that?
Just click it again.
Oh.
Yo, man, I've been trying to get this guy State to figure it out already, man. Like to click an email State is like the craziest thing, man.
Oh man. I'm still figuring this out. But yeah, my point is Cleveland got Evan Mobley, blue chipper. Darius Garland, blue chipper. They signed Jared Allen, blue chipper. They have 3 blue chippers right now in their current roster and rotation, and their roster looks beautiful. While my Knicks continuously plays vets.
Well, listen, also too, a vet, Karis LeVert, you can't forget about that. They traded for him too.
Karis LeVert,
Yeah, so they didn't just say, "Hey, we're on the timeline." Why we not? Because here's the thing too. Like a lot of fans were saying that they would Karis LeVert for what? For what? Why? If we get Karis LeVert, that I'm gonna do this X Y Z. A lot of people saying that, but Cleveland went and got him, and now look at them. They look like they might be able to. Yo, I can say it. They look like they might be able to get to the Eastern Conference Finals with this group.
They can, depending on who they play in the first round. They definitely can. And the Knicks tried to get Karis LeVert, and they got the phone hung up on them because Evan Fournier's contract is too damn long. Stupid Leon Rose.
Well, I mean that's all speculation, because I mean, because there's so many moves the Knicks could have made that we didn't move, that we didn't make. So I just and then what I think everybody just they say, you know what, we ain't doing nothing because we can't agree. So I think they I don't know, because everything is gonna start with I think. So it's all bullshit anyway, you know.
Yeah, man, and that's knowing your timeline. Cleveland they know their timeline. They know their market. They know they needed the draft high to get high end lottery talent. And I wish the Knicks did that. I wish we had got the fifth overall pick and the third overall pick in back-to-back drafts after drafting RJ Barrett. So
well, I also wish that we would have traded for Jarrett Allen. I also wish that we would have signed Lauri Markkanen. I also wish we would have traded for Karis LeVert because we could have did all three of those.
Didn't me and you say we wanted Lauri Markkanen?
Yeah, we did say that. We literally could have got all of those. Everybody that Cleveland got, we could have got all of those guys. Even down to Ricky Rubio and even down to Rondo. All these different players that's on this team here, we could have got most of these guys. And I also had a trade for Kevin Love that everybody was mad at me about.
People just be mad. They just be mad, and I don't know, man. And we don't win the lottery, State. Okay, bro. I understand we don't win the lottery, brother. It's not about winning the lottery, bro. Just get a top 7 pick. If you would have got Cleveland got the 5th overall pick and the 3rd overall pick. Diehard. 3rd overall pick in the 2020 draft. LaMelo Ball. Would you love LaMelo Ball on the Knicks roster right now? Oh, I'd give a finger for LaMelo Ball.
You give a finger?
A finger. I would give a finger.
Where are you putting the finger? Oh, you mean you're gonna cut? You would cut a finger off? I'm thinking you would give it.
Oh, you talking about Freddie? Oh, your man Freddie got fingered, man.
Oh my God, I'm thinking you're talking about finger.
Fucking anal rectum, man. Oh God. Oh man.
But I got to interrupt you, man. Cause how many teams win the lottery besides Cleveland? Cleveland and Orlando win the lottery. I think more than any team probably, just off the top of the head. But the Knicks did win the lottery once. We won the first lottery. Mm-hmm. So then the Knicks win the lottery.
So let me say this to Julian, right? I don't like LaMelo attitude. I wish I had a point guard who wants to be great, who will walk in the garden with $10,000 glasses, looking like he about to give you a triple dub every night. That's what I want. I like Ja Morant. I like his personality. I want somebody like that. I need somebody with some spunk. We ain't got no point guard like that. Kemba lost his aura. Derrick Rose, he's too damn old. Like I'm not one of those Knicks fans who's praying for Derrick Rose to save our season. Delusional. We need a guard. And then I just said LaMelo Ball with the 3rd pick. Who is the 5th overall pick in the 2021 draft, brother?
I don't know.
Jalen Suggs. Who was the pick right after Suggs? Josh Giddey. So y'all can't tell me if the Knicks didn't get a top 5 pick and past 2 drafts, we wouldn't have walked away with a high-end talent. So, man, I don't know, man. Knicks passed over DeMar DeRozan. They passed over Fred VanVleet. They passed over Kyle Lowry. They didn't want to trade Frank and Knox and others for Chris Paul a couple years ago. They didn't want to draft Cole Anthony, Tyrese Halliburton, and and Maxey over Leon Rose's son's client. They didn't want to trade Randle or Obi for Halliburton this past season. They don't want to trade Randle for Cole Anthony and Mo Bamba. I don't know what they want to do, bro. I don't know what they want to do, bro. It starts with just fire this coach. I think once they fire this coach, I think we can have easier conversations.
Yeah, I think that will stop the bleeding. We have to draw a line in the sand. I think that's the point that you've been trying to make all this whole podcast, and the point I've been trying to make. We need to make a line in the sand and say this is what we need to do, and we just need to just keep rolling. Right now, we at a crossroads, and that crossroads is because of Tom Thibodeau. You know, because I mean, like, oh, you need to play this, you need to do that, you need to do that. Who's in charge of all of this? It's Tom Thibodeau. He needs to go. He needs to go. You know, but I mean, I don't hear no announcements that he's going to be traded. We went through the whole All-Star weekend. You know, well, the All-Star game is tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, we still got tonight for the All-Star, and I think we got a couple more days off. You know, and we still don't have Tom Thibodeau. We still have Tom Thibodeau as a coach. So I mean, nothing's going to stop this because we need somebody else in there with a different opinion that's going to get put other guys in the mix. It's not going to happen unless we chop off the head here.
So there's one way it will stop. I'm so sorry. I'm about to say something that's real toxic. Over the last 3 games, the Knicks have been outscored 94-48 in the fourth quarter. They've shot 26% from the floor, 8% from downtown. So there's one way, that can happen. The Knicks going to continue to go on this losing streak. Let me see where is the Knicks schedule at. Because if the Knicks continue to go on this losing streak, and from my fear, and I haven't said this to you this whole podcast, but my honest to God fear is that we're going to come out of the All-Star break, bro, and Thibs is going to literally jot out the same starting lineup. And he's going to literally jot out the same rotations. And I think it's going to get worse each game. And I think we're going to go on a horrible losing streak because I don't think he's going to adjust. He has not showed me any type of, anything this season that tells me he will adjust. So I think it's going to get worse. I think we're going to go on a bad losing streak. And I think Thibs will be fired in the middle of March. I really wholeheartedly think he will be fired. I think he will be fired within the next 10 games. Because I don't see us winning the next 4 or 5 games. So
what kills me is that we don't need 10 more games to figure that out. You know, there's nothing else to do. Even every night, the beat writers. So, Tom Thibodeau, I see that you lost another 28-point lead. What was your thoughts on how, how do you have the energy to ask those questions every single night? Like the same question should be like, bro, what are you doing? Why are you still here? Why is he here? Why are you playing him? It should be the questions that we're saying. I mean, because we need to get him out of here. That is what's stressful within itself, man. So it's not going to be fun the rest of the year with all of this, man.
It's not. And Paris, we understand. I understand that Randle has been playing 330 more minutes than any other NBA player since last season. I kind of really don't care because if on one hand you can say that, yes, but Melo had a baby on Lala while he was a Knick. And I gave y'all the stats earlier, 40 minutes, 44 points, 50 minutes, 39 points, 40 minutes, 40. So I don't really want to hear that right now. I don't want to hear that right now. So anyways.
Yeah, but I mean, you compare the minutes to having a baby on Lala? Have you seen Lala's feet, bro?
No.
Yo, Lala got some fucking talons on them damn things, man. She got some ugly ass feet. For all the surgeries that she got, the liposuction and the tummy tucks and the freaking things she did to her face and her teeth and all that shit. Bro, man, you need to chop them hoofs down, man. Get something, or at least just wear socks. God damn, man.
Yo, dude said socks.
Yeah, but listen, 330 minutes. Do you realize that's literally 10 games? You know, so if we want to be funny, man, like right at this moment, let's say if today was the game 82, that means that Julius Randle actually played 92 games instead of 82, based on the amount of minutes the motherfuckers playing.
Nah, those 330 minutes is according to total minutes since last season. It's not this season. In this season, he's second. First is Fred VanVleet. The man Nick Nurse is playing Fred VanVleet like an Iron Man.
Well, but also too, Fred VanVleet only moved from foul line to foul line. He don't go he hardly go any. Not even that. He only go from 3-point line to 3-point line. He only going but like 50 feet. You know, every game. He's hardly moving 25 feet a game.
That's true. So I mean, man, that's on Thibs, man. And look at this schedule, man. So the Knicks play the Heat next on national TV. Oh my God, we're gonna get embarrassed. Then we play the Philadelphia 76ers, and of course James Harden comes back that game. Sunday afternoon, 1 p.m. We're losing that game. So that's a 2-game losing streak. Then we play Philly again on Wednesday on ESPN. So this is a smear campaign for Thibs right now. And I'm happy these games are on national TV, so people cannot, so he can stop hiding. And then after we play the 76ers, bro, we play the Suns and the Clippers. Season's over.
Season's already over, man. We don't even need that.
Not according to Thibs, because they still got Woj saying Derrick Rose is going to be coming back next Thursday against the Miami Heat. Coming back for what? For what? What are you for? What? To lose? So you rather fight for a 10th seed? You know to be real Knicks seed? Some real Nick type of shit. Thibodeau plays the same rotations, going like a 5-game winning streak, right? Fans like, yeah, Thibs the man, Thibs. Then he goes on another losing streaks and gets the 11th seed in the Eastern Conference. So I was subjected to watch vets all season for him to get the 11th seed. Dog, man, I don't know what I would say. I don't know. My Twitter might get deleted. That's how disrespectful I'm gonna get.
I'm surprised your Twitter hasn't been deleted yet. You ever been banned on Twitter?
Oh, I got banned. I got banned. In the 2020, I got banned. I think fans was hating though, because I was posting get Alfred Payton off my team every day. I was posting that.
I remember that. I think I remember that.
And I was really rude about it too. Like I did not care. And I was bashing Randle heavily. So I think somebody was hating. Or probably Randle sent one of his goon boys, got my joint deleted. It's cool though. Almighty 4C.
Well, yo, not for nothing. I got banned that same time around that same time because I remember that chat that we was in. It was like a thread that I was like, how do you? Because I didn't know how to get out the thread, and I kept seeing people's shit, and I'm arguing with people. I think I was cursing somebody out on there, and then Twitter sent me a nice little thing. So you listen, you got to take a time out for a week.
Yeah, take time. Yeah, but notice how those same people don't argue with me no more, huh?
Yeah, because they want to get a hoodie now. Now they want to get a hoodie.
Oh God!
You know, you didn't know me. What Biggie said? You didn't know me, but now you setting up to blow me. He said that. I didn't say it. You know.
Yo, Biggie said a lot of flagrant. Yo, for the kids in the chat, Biggie said a lot of flagrant. R.I.P. Biggie. He said a lot. He got a lot of flagrant lyrics, man.
Yo, he also said that you look so good at sucking your daddy's dick. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know, I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that. You know?
Oh, man.
I always had to turn, make sure I turned it down before he said it, when I was listening to that.
That's your man, bro. Oh, that's your man. This guy Thibs, man. Thibs is a maniac, man. Leon Rose, I don't know what he's doing. The man's been sleeping since September, has not spoken to the fan base. So overall for me, Thibs gets a big fat. He gets a D minus. Leon Rose for this midseason so far, he's getting an F because I'm disappointed. Nobody's getting no positive reviews. If you want to give the players letter grades, I'm grading them as a whole. They get a C minus. Nobody's getting passing grades right now because this season is done. Done.
You know what's funny? As you said about the grade, because I can't give grades neither. This shit is crazy. But what's funny is that a lot of these guys are gonna get left back, and we got to do this shit again.
Yeah, take your damn Regents test again. You got a 63.
No, but you get what I'm saying though. Like the Knicks acting like they don't want to make a move. So Burks might be back again next year. Nerlens might be back again next year. That's some real shit though. It's just true. Well, I mean, Kemba's still signed for next year. He could be back next year again too.
Yo, dog.
And then you say pay Mitch, right? So they probably will pay Mitch. Now we just stuck with we stuck with everybody. And now it's Scott Layden all over again.
Knicks, please tank. Please don't have these fools get on here and lie to themselves and try to fight for this 10th seed, man. You know, just stop the madness, man. I'm tired of arguing with other Knick content creators on this team, man. Dudes getting on the Twitter talking about, oh, Mitch Robinson, you know, he's saying that he's posting this plus minus because he don't want to get blamed for losses and this, that, and the third. Until I see you talk about the real issues, I don't want to hear you talking about Mitchell Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson is a real issue, though.
I know, but I dislike when certain Knicks fans talk like company men. Don't company man me, bro. Don't Wally Zerbiak me, bro. Don't call everybody and their mother a superstar, bro. Stop shitting the fan base, man. Stop doing that. Don't stop that, man. If you want to put blame out, okay, cool. But you gonna leave my young players alone, man. Because my young players ain't the reason why. They're a part of it. They're like 10% of the reason why we're losing this season, but they ain't a huge part of it. They're not the main reason. They barely get run together. So we cannot blame them. It's on Thibs and Vets and Randle. Because I'm being biased right now.
Yeah, but like I've been saying, man, there's so many different.
Not Randle. Matter of fact, I'm gonna leave Randle out of this. It's on Thibs and management.
Yeah. But I mean, like I'm trying to say, there's so many different ways to skin a cat, man. You can go to we can make a whole podcast on that. Go to every single team and just watch what they did the last couple. I'm talking about playoff teams that are in contention. Just go down the line to all the moves they did the last 5 years or so. You'll probably see a whole story, a whole big old story, you know.
Yeah.
And it's all going to be different. It's not all going to be the same story. It's all going to be different stories.
And that's what the Knicks is about, man. The Knicks is about their stories, man. You see Mark Berman, he be fishing. Who reported it? Randle asked him who reported it and proceeds to have my team go 3-13 as my team's best player while RJ Barrett is out. And RJ Barrett gets hurt. My team loses 20-point leads more than children lose remote batteries in a house. This is ridiculous, man. Ridiculous, bro.
I'm just laughing, man. That shit is funny. Don't wally me. That's another good one.
Don't wally me, man. Don't wally me, man. Oh man. All right, yo, I got you, yo. I'll put that order in tonight. Look at Cleveland. They were in the worse shape than us 3 seasons ago. Our management is straight trash. I disagree with you. Cleveland was not in a worse situation than we was 3 years ago.
They weren't?
They weren't because they understood the direction of the team, which was tank. Tank. Get higher prospects because nobody's coming to Cleveland.
Well, how many years ago he said again? 3. But I mean, 3 years ago, didn't we tank with RJ?
No, we tanked with Kevin Knox. Wait,
No, you're talking about 3 years
no.
ago, man. 3 years
3
ago.
years ago. Oh my God. Damn,
3 years ago was RJ.
all that losing taking a toll on my brain, bruh. Oh, damn. Yeah, 3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago was the RJ draft. So I mean, we did do that.
23 games left. Yo, this shit is sad, bro. This shit, like the Knicks, they don't know how to get their head out of their own ass. Like they just don't know how to do it, bro. Like
Hey,
I don't.
I gotta interrupt you. This guy, Adaje, did you just come on here at the end of a 2-hour podcast to say and talk about the title of the video? Do you realize we've been on for an hour and 50 minutes, and you say, we're way beyond midseason because it says midseason grades in the thing? Did you do that? Anyway, I'm sorry.
Oh God, I think he did.
Yeah. So maybe, oh man. So maybe pull out the right, blah 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 blah. Start shooting the comments, Oh, you want to say some shit? Blah 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 blah.
So man, this team, man. And then I guess like two more things. I guess we gotta get out of it. Like the whole Cam Reddish thing. That's what really bothers me. That's what got me the nail in the coffin for Thibs. See, you gotta get. See,
I had to call him out. I know he just got on. I had to call him out.
But the Cam Reddish thing is that's the nail in the coffin for me, and that's the nail in the coffin for a lot of fans. Got nights where Burks goes 17 minutes, 0 points, and Cam Reddish gets a DNP. I have a problem with that. We traded a first-round pick for Cam Reddish. You need to play him. Thibs is the only coach in the NBA that is not playing a player that said team traded assets for. Stop the madness. Stop lying to me. There's 23 games left in the season. Can you make the rest of my season enjoyable, please? Do I have to put out another video of why I want to trade Randle or why I want to fire Thibs? I'm tired. I just want to watch the kids play. Nobody would complain.
I'm tired, State.
Tired. I'm tired. And then the Knicks they're tanking my default this season. And
they doing what? They're
taking by default this season. It's by default.
Oh, okay.
The roster's ass. They're taking by default. So I hope the NBA gods, man, bless us, man, because we ain't tanking on purpose, man. And I want Jaden Ivey so bad, man. I want a flashy, young, dynamic guy with people fear on the fast break. Like teams will fear him on the fast break. He's
good, man. That kid is definitely good. I think if he got him, but I mean, Tom Thibodeau's still the coach, so
I think I really think he's gonna be. I'm telling you, I already laid down the foundation of how he's gonna get fired. It's gonna get worse, bro. It's gonna get worse. Remember earlier in the year? Remember earlier this season when you asked me? I think it was like 13, 17, and you said, "State, you think things is gonna get worse?" And I asked you, and I'm like, "Yo, Diehard, you think things are gonna get worse?" He was like, "Nah, State, I think things is gonna get better." Like I think you named out the little things that was happening with the Quentin Grimes, and Randle started to like pick it up more, and I heard what you said, and I came back to the same equation in my head. Thibodeau plus vets equals lottery. so hopefully we can get a top 4 pick this year. And I want Jaden Ivey, man. I like the other guys. They all seem cool, but we need a guard, man. We need some spunk. And if you can't, let's say if you get a high lottery pick and Jaden Ivey's not on the board, trade that pick for a point guard right now. Give me a starter. Give me a starter. I would trade. Wow, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but this is how desperate I am. I would trade. If our pick was between 5 or 10 this season in the draft, I would look to trade that for Cole Anthony or DeAndre Murray, one of those guys. I'm not looking for that guy to walk through them doors. And that's what, for honesty. I don't need if he's not Jaden Ivey, like a dynamic player, I don't need him walking through them doors. Now, if you talking Shaq or Palau, cool, but Shaq, give me Porzingis vibes. I'm trying to get away from the whole Porzingis thing. So Palau, cool, but he give me point forward vibes. I'm kind of done with point forwards. So that's where I'm at with it, man.
Yeah, it's definitely point guard or nothing, man. We just need a point guard by any means necessary. Here goes another guy. 2 hours into a podcast. Send me the link.
Send you the link, brother. We got lives to do. Lives.
Yeah, but not for nothing. Josh, I've been trying to get do a pod with Josh for the longest time, man. So we gotta get it together one of these days. And I also caught you guys arguing big time, arguing on Twitter Spaces. But I was trying to get home so fast, and I was trying to take a shower because I needed to take a shower, man. Because I was out there for a while, and I wasn't able to get in there. But we got to make it happen, man. We got to get this guy up in here and have like a real. Because I think all three of us, between the three of us together in the conversation, I think I don't know. I don't know if anybody's ready for that. To tell you the truth.
Nah, because you gonna try to play both sides. I already know how that comes.
No, I'm gonna just be like the Matrix on both sides, like on both sides, and shooting both of y'all. Because I know how to get at you, and I know how to get with Josh too. And then you know how to push Josh buttons, and he know how to push both our buttons too, man. So it's just gonna be like, that would be crazy. We need to set that up. Actually, we need to do that ASAP.
Josh, we all want to win, right?
Yeah.
I just was getting at him because at the time it felt like we was losing and Randle was putting up 30, and then he would say something like, Randle needs help, trade the kids. And it would be like, do you see what's going on now? In hindsight, did you really want to trade the kids, brother? So now he's backed off of that. And I kind of backed off my trade Randle. No, I ain't backing off my trade Randle talk. But he backed off of that trade the kids talk and get Randle help talk. Because now he finally realizing, okay, Randle is not a one, but maybe we need to make a deal and get a guy in here that's better than Randle and see what we can do. But it's sadly, we can't, man. We're capped out. Nobody likes our assets. No, we can, but Leon Rose gonna have to do some maneuvering. But it's tough, man. It's tough.
All right, so we wrapping it up, I guess, right? Because I'm telling you, for people that are just popping in right now, there's a lot of people. It seems like a lot of people are popping in. I know you can see the numbers up top. So it's been kind of going up and down, up and down, up and down. But I mean, please go back and watch this podcast over. We're doing it live. Please go back and watch what we say, because me and Stacey say a lot of stuff, and we say so much shit. It's kind of like crazy. I can't possibly try to edit these videos, all the stuff that me and Stacey say, man. So go back and check us out, because State's making some great points here. He had all kind of stats, and then like I said, we had a great big argument in the middle of the show too. So please go back and check the replay if you can.
Yeah, and I threw out too many numbers today. I'm damn sure not. Hell nah, dog.
Yeah, and Stay quit his job too just to do this podcast today, because you don't see no you don't see no bears or nothing in the back, right? Yeah.
Oh man, most 10.4 quarters by the Knicks in wins last two seasons. Emmanuel Quickly 8. To hell with Alec Burks, RJ Barrett 5, Julius Randle 4. Most 10.4 quarters by Knicks in the past two seasons. Emmanuel Quickly 15, RJ Barrett 9. To hell with Alec Burks, Julius Randle has 7. So, it's not like we don't have the talent. You get what I'm saying? Like, even if we drafted a guy like Jaden Ivey, I wouldn't mind keeping Randle and Obi and seeing what's up. With them small ball lineups. That sounds interesting. But Thibs got to go. Thibs has to go. I want somebody with a vision, bro. With a vision. Y'all do call-in. Oh man, dog. Yo,
Yeah, I could do call-ins, man, but it just depends on what's going on and stuff. I did promise everybody because shout out to Marvin. Marvin came on and gave a great call, and the other guy too. I have written down somebody from Florida, my man from Ernesto from Florida. He called also. He gave a really good call too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm down for calls, but I promised you guys I was gonna make time for it. So we got to do it, man. Just so we can chop it up and stuff. If state, I mean, it's not even if state. If state is available, we can do it too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, we talking that Nick talk, man. I guess we could give our final 10 minutes for this whole Zion Williamson thing. Appreciate you, brother. Thumbs up in the chat, man. Appreciate you guys, man. Let's talk about Zion real quick, right? So I was watching the CJ McCollum comments, and CJ McCollum saying that he has yet to talk to Zion Williamson. Interesting, since Zion Williamson is the number 1 overall pick and one of the most popular NBA players on the planet. But you have yet to have a conversation with Zion Williamson. Okay. That tells me Zion Williamson has 1 foot out the door and 1 foot in the door. And I don't think he wants to be there, genuinely. I don't think he wants to be a Pelican. Even the name sounds stupid, like a Pelican. Yeah, you want to be what's a funny animal? You want to be a centipede?
Pelican is about the funniest looking animal out there. Aside of sloth. Yeah, you want to be a sloth,
A sloth?
Yeah.
So, but it's a huge risk. Because I don't think he's gonna play this season. And that's alarming because we haven't seen him in it's going on damn near 2 years now. Last time I've seen Zion was, I think, in 2020. God, gee, damn. Well,
it's unfortunate though, because they did build a nice team around him now. He has a good team around him.
So is the team built around him or is the team built around Ingram?
Well, it could be built around Ingram, but he fits in there right next to Ingram. Him and Ingram is a good 1-2. But then they added in a number 3 in CJ. Yes. And then they got a number 4 with what's that dude? Valanciunas, he's good too. And then they got a decent point guard too with DeJounte, whatever the kids. What's his name? Green? Yeah, Green, Mr. Green. They got a really good starting 5. And check out the bench. They got a decent bench too.
Yes. Yes. So I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the Zion situation, and I'm being cautious. But it was an interesting question posed today on Twitter, and I just wanted to ask you. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, Zion really do wants out of New Orleans. Let's say in this timeline, if you have the King pick, please put it up. Let's say if in this timeline, we get the 1 pick, and in this timeline, it really is rumblings that Zion wants out. Would you talk about the 1 pick? Would you talk to New Orleans about the 1 pick in Randle for Zion Williamson? But the caveat is, we know Zion's injury history.
Right.
But would you still go to the dice game and say, all right, stop bank, I want bank. I don't care if I'm gonna lose my $1,000, man.
Well, if we take Zion, if we get Zion, then because it's a big money thing too. Did Zion get paid yet? He didn't get paid yet. He's still on the rookie deal.
And I said to you, if he does not sign the rookie, because rookie extensions is due this summer. So right. I wholeheartedly think I think the Knicks they're gonna take care of RJ this summer. So I don't even want to. I'm not even gonna get into that. But I don't think Zion is going to sign that contract. And that was my prediction earlier this season. I'm sticking to it. I think he's going to curve. I think he's going to tell him, nah, I'm not signing that contract.
Well, to get go down that rabbit hole, I'm just thinking about it because I mean, let's say if all right, just Zion and Randall are the two guys. Randall is actually making the bread right now, so I mean, so that means you have to send salary to us to make. So I mean, they do have contracts over there that they could send for Randall, and then if the Knicks have enough movable contracts where we can make something happen to make room for these people too. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, well, look, would we do it? The question is, would Pelicans do it? And I think absolutely, because now you talk about Randall, now you add Randall to Ingram, and then you got Green over there, and then you got CJ. They got a good team still over there. If they get rid of Randall, they still got a good team
with the one pick.
I know, but even that, I wouldn't even have to give them the one pick necessarily, because I mean, we could let's say if the Knicks drafted 10, the number 10 in Randall. That's a good trade off for Zion.
No, they wouldn't take that. You need I think personally, I think the pick holds more value than Randall.
I know, but don't you want, like, if you got the number one pick, wouldn't you just want to draft that player? Because I mean, there's a lot of good number one picks in this draft.
That's the conversations. That's in this timeline that I created. That's the conversation they should be having.
Well, at that point, I think I would rather just draft Jaden Ivey at that point and keep Randall.
That's a good argument, man.
Yeah,
and I'm on the draft Jaden Ivey over Shet and Palau train. I'm on that train. I'm not second guessing myself when it comes to that either.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's interesting conversation, but it's something that I think that we might actually be like right there, like this next draft, like this, looking right at that conversation, like, oh shit, it's about to happen. Like it might go down because the Pelicans look like I said, for all those trades that they did at the trade deadline, they look like they ready. They look like they tired and they just ready. They're ready to do something.
So I'm looking at that, man. It's looking funny over there in New Orleans, man. And we got RJ Barrett, so let's see.
I fuck with it, man. If we can get Zion here with RJ, we're kind of still in the same boat, but it all depends if Zion could get some help together. Then it changes things. That'll be very interesting. But it still comes back down to the fact that we still need that point guard. Definitely still need that point guard.
Yes, it does. But at the same time, do Zion and RJ really need a point guard, or do they need in football terms, as a quarterback, they need a game manager, a guy who he'll be steady. He's gonna make the right moves. He's not gonna make many mistakes. He's gonna take his shots. He's gonna pick his spots. One of those type of guys. I got a name for you. Tyus Jones. I watched him ball out on the Grizzlies the other night, bro.
I got you, yeah. But also too, Zion, he does a lot of ball handling too, man.
Yeah,
Zion.
Yeah.
He runs the break by himself a lot, throwing the alley-oops and guarding point guards and that type of thing. He got really good hands. Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on, man. We got so much stuff that can possibly happen.
So Toxic Knick fan, if you think James Dolan would have won Zion Williamson in Madison Square Garden, if Zion was on the table, you out your goddamn mind. You is out your goddamn mind. And I will fire Thibs.
Yeah, that's the thing. Fire Thibs is just the bottom line. That's the bottom line. Like Stone Cold said, so we gotta. That's it. That's really it, man. Yeah, every podcast we should do 2 hours just but fire Thibs, bro. And he'd be like, yeah, man, just fire Thibs. What y'all think? Fire Thibs. Yep, fire Thibs. That'll be the whole podcast. Because that's what it comes down to. That's what we need to do.
Before we even talk about trading RJ, trading Randall, trading, fire Thibs first. Let me see. Fire Thibs first. Get me a young coach in here, preferably for me a minority. And let's see what that coach can do, man. Because I'm done with Thibs. He's playing my players too much. He's grinding them into the ground. So many injuries to young players all across the board. And it just looks like my team is just quitting on this guy. So,
Texas said, that's not what I said.
Yeah, I hear you. You know what you said. Thibs got me hurt. Oh yeah, he got you hurt because you was fooled by the almighty fourth seed. That's the reason why he got you hurt. That's what happens when you make a fourth seed in a year with a generational draft. It hurts. It does hurt.
Yeah, a finger hurts too, man.
Oh, I give a finger up for a lottery pick right now, man.
I know you said that earlier. I'm still like disturbed a little bit.
Man, I don't need this finger, right? No, I don't need this finger, man. We good, man. The other four, I use it for, and I can still hold cups and shit. Yeah, I'm good, man. Thibs is senile. Thibs is getting dementia. I don't know what's wrong with Thibs. He might have to check it to the psych ward at my job. That's what I'm gonna assume. I'm gonna assume that Thibs has dementia if he comes out after All-Star break and he comes out with the same style lineup. I'm assuming either he has dementia or he's being petty. One or the other. Because it ain't good.
He might have petty dementia. Well, not even at your job. He need to go across the street to Bellevue and go hang out with them motherfuckers over there.
Oh God, Bellevue.
Yeah.
The Knicks, man. But yeah, that's all I got for this one, man.
Yeah, me too.
I guess we got into everything, man. Y'all know where to find us, man. Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Play FM, TuneIn, Google Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Amazon Alexa. Say Amazon Alexa, you say State of New York Knicks, or you say Diehard Knicks, and the podcast or show. But I appreciate all of you guys, man. Time for me to go do family stuff.
Yeah, speaking of family stuff, I'm surprised nobody called ACS on me, man. I'm here babysitting my kid. I'm not babysitting, but watching my kids. They on the side. They quiet as hell, man. So I gotta do something special for them. I can hear them talking, but they just like chill. They're not doing nothing bad. So I gotta do something special for them right now, man. They've been good boys, man. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta do something for them. Oh, thank you for the birthday shout outs to everybody that was watching. Appreciate you guys, man. A lot of people gave him. He saw it and he was like, "Who's those people?" Like I made a comment on Instagram. That literally is what he said. He's like, "Yo, who are these people?" I said, "Yo, they Knicks fans, man. They're the realest people on the planet."
Yeah, happy birthday to your baby boy, man.
Yeah, 6 years old, man.
Birthday, man. 6?
Yeah, 6. I got a 6, an 8, and an 18, man.
Oh man, I remember when I was sick. No, I don't. I smoked too much weed. I'm not.
I don't even know what I did today. I forgot I went to work today. It's crazy.
Oh God, man. This is next, man. What? Man. Let me get out of here, man. I appreciate all you guys that have been in the chat, man. Loading Film. I am Jarrell. Josh, appreciate you. We gotta get up, man. IG Parish. Mr. DJ, Andy. Andy, you always in the chat, man. I love you, Andy. I appreciate you. My guy Eddie was here earlier. Pudge, nice. The regulars. Yeah, man. So I'm out of here. Your kids is too quiet. That means something's wrong.
They should be good, man. They should be good. Yo, can you end the broadcast?
Huh?
Do you see end broadcast on the screen?
Let's see. Can I end? Hell no. Okay.
So I mean, listen, I've been trying to get State. Do you know how long it took me to get State to get headphones? Jesus Christ, State. So and then anyway, we'll figure it out. We'll get everything right with Mr. State over there, man. So anyway, see you guys on the next one. Might even be tonight the way me and you be going. Yeah.
All right, y'all fellas have a blessed Sunday, man. Enjoy the All-Star game, man. Go Knicks.
Yeah, no doubt. Peace, y'all.
Peace, man.